Hey, what's going on, guys? Tabz here, but of course you guys know that. Today I'm going to be giving you literally the ultimate guide, the guide that I have gotten from 4 years of experience. Everything I've written down, everything I'm going to show you is all my own personal experience on how not to get Overwatch banned on CSGO. So we're going to start out very simple. I have no order in the way I'm going to do this, so you're going to want to watch the whole video. Grab some popcorn because it's going to be a fucking long one. No intros today, no vape sponsor type bullshit. We're going to hop right into it. And the first thing I want to talk about is the cheat.
Hard drive loaded up, lunch double and coated wood. Zip up all your
basically for this video, I'm going to be using lethality. We're going to be doing our video here on Nuked. First thing I have to tell you that's super important: do not use Wallhack. Wallhack will get you banned 9 out of 10 times. You're going to go obvious. You're not going to be able to control it the way you think you will. You're going to accidentally look at someone through the wall, and let's just say you're looking through the wall right here. There's a guy right here. So what I'll do here is actually just place a bot. So I don't use walls for this video. I will give you an example though. So as you can see, there is a player here on the other side. Now let's say you're coming around a corner here, and you know immediately your main thing is going to be wanting to check headshot level about right there. You're going to turn the corner, you're going to accidentally aim at them, then you're going to flick your mouse over here like, oh shit. That is one of the main things that gives away Wallhack, and it's just something that you shouldn't be doing. So for this video, I'm going to recommend that you just use radar ESP, man. Radar ESP is this thing that's become such a huge big ordeal recently with being able to not have to use Wallhack and to like stay low key. In lethality we call it engine radar, and I believe that's what it's like sourced as. People call it radar ESP, but it is engine radar. And I'm telling you, you just turn this bad boy on and you can use visible only chams. And as you can see on my mini map here, right here, I know he's there, but at least now I'm not directly knowing if he's right here. The barrel would give him away in this instant. Dead. You don't need to use walls. It's really not useful. The other thing I would recommend if you want to use radar ESP but no walls, you can use out of FOV arrows if that's what you want. Lethality at the moment does not have that. That's something I'm definitely trying to get added to lethality right now. I'm going to talk to Hinny after this video about it, but out of FOV arrows is great. An example would be if there is somebody on my screen, there's a little arrow here telling me he's to my right, so I could check, as you can see. But yeah, that's the main thing I want to get out of the way. The first thing, never use Wallhack. The other thing I wanted to get out of the way is you got to know your gun settings, man. If you don't know what settings you're using for your guns, you definitely have to just test them out on bots. This is the weird thing with legit bots, is everyone is different. I have different settings for my AKs usually compared to my default, but relatively, you don't want a high FOV like I have here. You kind of want to stay around 1.2. But if you're going to be using high smoothing, which for me, I love 37, I never lose gunfights, it doesn't look too sketch. And with recoil control is one of those things where you don't want it on 24/7. It gives it away a little bit too much. Some would say that you should always have it on so you look like a good shooter in general. But honestly, when aimbotting is perfect, it's very controllable, and then with your smoothing you can make it look even more legit. 60 is about where I would stay. And for your aimbot, normally you're going to go nearest. If your cheat has the option to enable different sections and remove the head, I would definitely remove head and neck. If you have good aim already, you're going to get headshots, and it just makes it look a little bit more fishy. But if you know how to play it off, that's how you do it. For backtrack here for your legit bot, I would definitely keep it around the 8 range. Or even the 5 if you really want it. I just like to go all the way up to R max, which is 25. It's made for higher tick rate servers, not MM. But I would definitely keep it at max for me, just because I like to mess around. Backtrack's not something I've ever seen anyone complain about getting banned for, although I know you can see it in some Overwatch cases. Regarding Triggerbot's generally not a good idea. I use it sometimes, but Triggerbot is one of those things that gives you, like, it just gives everything away, if you know what I mean. Like, Triggerbot's one of those things where you have to have a really good delay on it. I hate setting up delays for Triggerbots. If you know how to set up your Triggerbot delay to look super legit, might as well use it. But at that point, you could click the mouse and have the right FOV settings on things like your op. That would make it look legit. For my op, I run silent aim with a 1.24 FOV, so it is a little snappy, but it's not snappy enough in Overwatch where it looks not legit. It looks like the perfect flick. I've looked at my own Overwatch cases and seen this. If you want to bring it down to a 1.0, you can absolutely do that. It's probably a better idea. I'll even do that for you guys. Like I said, this exact setup that we're going to set up today on lethality will be left in the config section down below. We have don't aim through smoke. Keep your FOV low. You don't need smoothing or recoil control at all for the op or any of the snipers unless you're using the SCAR. Aimbot, you're going to want your hitbox to be chest. I like to keep it on nearest just in case I get a leg shot on someone that's already low health. One more massive tip though with pistols, you're definitely going to want to have your pistols below a 1 FOV. Put them on silent aim. Put your aimbot hitbox to nearest. But for certain pistols like the Desert Eagle, I have the hitbox on head with the same settings. Just because the Deagle you're going to want headshots, and the USP, same thing. You're going to want to get headshots with it. And the Glock 18, I just keep standard because you can spray that thing like it doesn't even matter. So for this next one, I want to tell you guys something that you guys should use. Like this is just going to be a little tip. If you guys are new to the cheating scene, if you guys haven't been cheating for a very long time, this is something you're going to want to definitely use and try to get used to. You don't have to use it once you're good at it, but it is the recoil crosshair. Now, if you're using lethality, that will be found in the visual settings down at the recoil crosshair, down in other visuals, but this is basically what it does. It brings your crosshair up with your recoil so you can try to center it. So this is without RCS on, me trying to do my own recoil here. You can see how it's a lot less spread, and that's no recoil control, nothing. That is just trying to use the crosshair to your advantage. That is going to help your actual skill get a little bit better, but you'll still have aimbot, etc. to confirm that you are getting the kill. Just a little tip. I know it's really annoying for some people, but I'm telling you, the recoil crosshair will stop you from getting bans if you can learn your recoil from using this tool. Another tip here as we go on to our target over here is there are hit markers with some cheats. Well, with most cheats actually. Don't use them. Don't use them if you're new to cheating, and I'll tell you why. Let's say I'm over here and we have our bot right there. We'll actually place him a little bit different. We'll place a bot right here in this corner. So we've got our bot Bob right there. And let's say you're not using walls, your radar ESP isn't showing him because let's say you're a little bit too far away. And let's say you throw a grenade in like that. You might be running the opposite direction. As you can see, I got a hit marker on my screen. You might just jolt sideways like, oh shit, there's someone over there. You don't want to do that. If you know you're getting a hit on someone, especially if there's like a smoke there and you throw a nade, or you're shooting and you get a hit marker, if you get a hit marker while you're shooting through that smoke, you're going to definitely want to continue to hit that shot. So you're going to move closer. It just makes you look a little bit more obvious. You got to hide your hit markers a little better. You don't want to be giving no attention to one area, throw a nade in, get a hit marker, and then all of a sudden it's like Call of Duty and you know someone's there. It's just not a good look. But then again, if you're more advanced and you can learn to hide that and just get that information at the back of your head and don't use it right away, you'll be absolutely fine. Another thing to add to this is if you go and you have something called head level indicator in your cheat, you can change the color to it here. You'll see it on my screen. Learn headshot level. When you're peeking corners, as you can see, there's a headshot right there. When you're peeking corners, the best thing to do is to learn your headshot level. You don't want to turn a corner and be aiming down like this. That gives away that you are a horrible cheater, because we can see his head's there, but I'm aiming at his feet. So if you go to turn a corner at all during playing and you're aiming down like this, and then all of a sudden you're snapping to his head, it's going to look super fishy. Use this, learn how to use it, clear corners with it, practice clearing corners against bots if you have to. But I'm telling you, head level indicator is the best thing, because even I catch myself turning a corner and aiming a little below the head. Another thing I want to talk about right now is clearing corners. This is so overlooked by so many people, and this is one of the things that a lot of YouTubers that are cheaters get wrong about checking corners. One of the biggest things that people will see in Overwatch about checking corners is you going, looking left, and then looking right, and knowing exactly where to look. My biggest tip to you is if you're looking left and you're trying to play it off and you look right, look halfway and then notice the person. Don't turn and already be ready to shoot this guy through the wall. I don't need walls to know where this guy is. It's just general game sense. But if you were to turn left, see him on the radar there, and then instantly turn right and look right at him, it's going to give you away. The best thing you can do is look, shoulder peek, see him for a second, and then start shooting. It's the best thing you can do. And if people play up top here, and they're sitting here with their op at the start of the round, etc., trying to get you to get picked off. I'll give you an example. So let's say we're T side, we're clearing our corners here. We're gonna look in the general spots, you know, here. You're gonna look over here, and then you're gonna instantly go up, look down, look up, and let's just say that that guy is right there. Now, I do have a bot up there. He's just a little hard to see because he's stuck in the floor, as you guys can see. So we'll pretend we're coming through here. There's a guy up there. He's stuck in the floor, so that's not where you're going to look. You're going to look about right here for headshot level. Now, if that guy is playing there for the first time all game, you can play it off by checking your corner, checking here, and then being like, oh, fuck, he's there. Running back, for example, and then re-peeking from another side to kill him. Now, let's say next round, he's not there. The best thing you can do is go back, re-peek, do the same thing every round. Check corner, look up, see he's not there, and then you could be like, all right, well, I think he's there, and then you can continue on. Now, let's say he is there, just kill him. He played there last time. But the biggest thing you can do is don't check a corner one round and never check it again. It is the most obvious thing you can do in Overwatch, and it's how you catch so many cheaters. All right, another good situation is a guy's here and a guy's here. Now, I can't situate which way the bots look, but let's say it's a clutch situation. You want to win the round. You don't want to lose, etc. You know. So how you're going to play this out is you're going to peek, you're going to see him, he's going to shoot at you. You might hear this guy run now, so what you can do is back off and play an angle. If this guy does not run and he's waiting for you to push, you could peek out, kill that guy, and then look, and then peek. And as you're checking an already existing angle, you see him. The point is you're not checking the angle to see if he is directly right there where you think he is. You're going to wide peek that angle, and then as soon as you notice just a little glimpse, you're going to back up, or you're going to flick to him and you're going to shoot him. You're not going to want to wait him out, bait him out, act like you know he's there. Don't play confident. You're just going to go. You're going to check all your angles. You're going to come back. You're going to wide peek, and that's when you see him, and that's when you kill him. You're not going to shoot this guy and instantly go boom. You're just going to get yourself fucking banned. And again, I can't stress it enough. Always re-peek the same angles. You guys can look at certain angles, certain clutch situations. You know, there's one guy left on the map. You could play a little bit more confident. But I'm telling you, start of the round, lots of people alive, people spectating you, etc. Watch the same angles. You're not going to come out onto site with a guy being right there and instantly do this the entire way there, knowing he's there when he could be up here or up here. It's just not something you're going to want to do. Trust me, you'll get so used to following these tips, it'll be so easy to you guys. This is another example for radar, which I really should have put in the radar section, but I told you this is going to go all over the place, is if you can see them on the radar being right here, what you're going to want to do is even just look past them. Just look past them, peek there. Okay, let's say you don't see the guy. You're like, all right, shit. You start to slowly walk, and then you can turn in, check your corners as usual. Boom. Boom, it's safe. All right, don't pull out your knife like I did. Keep on slow walking, and then you just happen to see him, shoot him. You got to take the chance of looking past. Sometimes you can even get away with, let's say he's right here and you're scared about this spot and this spot. You can check here, and then you can check here. Don't immediately go, boom, oh shit, is there someone up here? No, you're gonna look. And if you happen to kill him and he freaks out, you're checking your corners. It's going to look legit on Overwatch. But don't instantly go like this, bang, killed, and then just walk around like you're looking like, oh, what the fuck just happened? I'm telling you, just learn to look past the enemy is what they call it. So boom, boom, boom. You're going to kill him. You're looking past that enemy. The whole point works as well as, let's say we had a bot right here. What you would do in this situation coming out of lower, you'd look up, you'd look down, you're going to peek in here, and then you're going to see them. You don't even have to instantly shoot. You could literally just look past and then shoot. You're never going to stop directly over their head. You're going to look past. So you're going to walk, look past, shoot. You can snap to them at that point. If you're a good enough aim, you can just walk. Oh shit, there he is. That's all reflex. There's no aimbot involved there. If you can get good enough to just snap to your target to know where they're at, you're good to go. You'll become unstoppable. Another thing I want to touch on is legit AA. Just don't fucking use it. It's not useful. If you're at the point where you're in an MM and the person on the other team is cheating and it has to get to the point where you have to use legit AA against them, maybe that game just isn't worth winning. Don't risk your account. Not all legit AAs are safe. Not all legit AAs will stay safe. And it's just really not worth fucking using. This is another huge one, and it's about smoke spots. Now, I can't give you too much of an example because I don't currently have a smoke config up. On lethality and miscellaneous, you're going to go to page 2. We have something called a grenade list or a grenade helper. You can test it with your grenade line. This would be a mid smoke about right here. So what you could do is then QQ, so you don't throw your nade. Click insert, click mid smoke reel, for example, click add grenade, and then basically where you're looking is where you'd throw your grenade. So you see mid smoke reel, you stand on top of that as best as you can, aim right here, and throw your nade. And what that smoke will then do is land exactly where you had it set up, so you have a mid smoke. So that's not a perfect mid smoke, as you can still see through here, but the point is you're going to be using these smokes because it shows you have some sort of game sense, some sort of knowledge, even to throw smokes when people aren't there and throwing nades or people aren't there. The point is, in Overwatch, you'll be able to see that you have some sort of knowledge of where grenades are. You're not going to want to just come out here and just randomly toss a grenade like this and have it land somewhere where it's not even usable. You know what I mean? So again, learn grenade knowledge, learn smokes. If you guys need help with smokes, so many smokebot configs on the Lethality forum, lethality.io. I will even leave it linked in the description below so you guys can go right there. You just paste them into your config and throw it into the cheat and you're Gucci. Now this is a huge one, and this one I get away with, but I really shouldn't, and it's fake skins. The most irritating thing to see in an Overwatch when someone has no skins is this. If you don't have a skin, that is a default knife doing nothing but one of these in your hand when you FR. It's stupid. Don't play with your knife too much. It gives you away. Don't constantly F your gun. Don't FQ your gun like that. Like, it gives it away. It's the stupidest thing, and I know it's stupid, but people will 100% consider you a cheater if you're just going around constantly flicking your knife out like this. It's stupid. I know it is, but trust me, it will help you not get Overwatch banned. Now, a big one here I have to say is from my last video is you're always going to want to be nice to your teammates. Hype your teammates up. Hype them up even if they die. Say some stuff like, oh, you almost got that, man. Next time, let's give them hell. You know, they get a cool kill. You go, holy shit, dude, that shot was sick. You know, you always want to support them when they're losing. You want to hype them up when they're winning. You got to listen to their callouts. Their callouts will help you get kills. In turn, they'll think you're legit by using their information. The worst possible thing is having your teammates plus the enemy team report you. You don't want both being added. Trust me, it's not a good time. Another thing I see beginner cheaters do that'll get them banned is constantly go around the map like this. You're not hitting these in an actual comp game, okay? Zun might get away with it, but you will not. So don't do that. You don't want to B-hop constantly. You want to use something like a B-hop, hit chance, for example. I would even suggest learning how to B-hop with your mouse wheel. That's how I B-hop, as you can see. Now, I have a script, obviously. I use bunny hop. I would never, ever use auto strafer. Do not use auto strafer. It is the most obvious thing. If you're hitting B-hops going straight and you're still getting speed, people are going to notice that. People are going to notice. The only reason I say use your mouse wheel is for this reason, okay? You're going to use your mouse wheel. Even with a script, you're still not going to gain that much speed, and you can fuck up. You can still fuck up, see? You're not going to get as much speed. You can learn how to time it, you'll do better, but you are going to fuck up even without a hit chance, and you got to strafe yourself. That's my biggest tip for bunny hopping. Use it in clutch situations. Don't do it more than 2 to 3 hops max in a succession. Try to do it on flat ground, not stairs. If I'm spectating someone and they're doing this, you're fucking retarded. Anyways, those are my only tips about bunny hopping, but yeah, it's a serious one right there. Another huge thing I would recommend, and this is for basically only people that are really scared about getting banned, cheating on a high ranked account, which I would never recommend doing, use a spectator list. Spectator lists are worth doing. As you can see, I have a bot spectating me. The way you can move this is hold tab, right click, you can drag this around. You can put it wherever you want, really. Use a spectator list so you know when you should be doing, if you're doing fishy things at all, you don't want your teammates to know. That's the best time to do it, is when you can see who is spectating you. Honestly, you shouldn't be doing fishy shit to begin with, but I mean, if your teammates are suspect, the best time to do fishy shit is when they can't see you. So definitely would recommend a spectator list. It's small, you can put it anywhere, and it's just useful to have. A huge one I have now is learn when to lose. You just gotta learn when to lose, man. It's not worth losing an account over. It's not worth showing who has the bigger balls. Like, your nut size could be fucking teeny, eeny, beeny. And just because you're raging in a game, you think that gives you big balls? Fuck no, dude. You just gotta learn sometimes to take an L. Fuck it if they say it's media. Shit like that. It really doesn't fucking matter. I'm telling you right now, it's better to have an account than waste an account, especially if you're gonna be cheating in Prime. Like, none of these matter in non-Prime. Unless like, you really care about the account and you want to get it Prime, none of these matter. None of these tips matter. But do not lose a Prime account because someone else decides that they want to rage. Like, it's just really not useful. Get your 30-minute ban by leaving the game. Go outside, read a fucking book. Or switch accounts, etc. It's just not worth it. Even if you can get someone else to leave, you don't even get a ban at that point. There's no point. Just take the L, man. They're going to get banned at the end of the day anyways. Might as well be them and not you. Now, these last two really irk me because people don't realize that they're doing it. Don't play dumb. If your teammates say, oh, that guy's like legit AAing, don't be like, what the fuck is that? I've never heard of that. Or if you're sliding around, someone's like, bro, what AA are you using? I mean, the gig is up, boys. You're already fucking called out. Just give it up. Just admit it, or just don't play completely fucking stupid, because that'll piss people off a lot more than just being like, I'm using this cheat. Especially if the person's chill with it. 90% of the time, if people know what legit AA is or they ask you what cheat you're using, they're probably a cheater trying to make sure that you're a cheater so that they don't get reported, etc. Playing dumb is the stupidest thing you can do, especially for the enemy. They're going to report you either way. There's no point of acting like you have no idea what's going on. No one's fucking retarded here in the gaming community. I take that back, but you know what I mean. No one's going to think that you're not cheating just because you say, oh, I'm not cheating, I swear to God. You're still going to get a report from a salty person on the other team. Don't play dumb. It's one of the most annoying things in this community. And the last tip that I have for you guys is the 24-hour rule. Just go with it. People say it's 22 hours. If you're really worried about getting an account banned, play one game, and then in 24 hours, play another game. You want to be extra careful. That is what you can do until you're ranked. Even after you're ranked, you can do it. If you're that worried. If you're playing non-Prime, just get banned. Fuck it. Games are free. All you got to do is make a new email address. Fuck, you can get an account generator that'll give you 50 accounts for like $3 or some shit. At the end of the day, read a book, go outside, ride a bike, jerk off. Doesn't matter. If you're that worried about losing your account, the ultimate thing you can do is play one game a day, and in that game, you could be almost as obvious as you want. You're going to ruin your trust factor, but the point is you won't get banned right away. And it'll take you a long time to get banned. That 24-hour rule is a rule that I live by, especially on this account that I'm recording for you guys. I record one episode a day, and then that's how I get away with doing shit like I did last episode. My name's Tabz. See you guys on the next one. Later, Rose. Peace.
Red rum murder engraved inside of my mind. Pull up to your funeral and kill everybody inside. Dr. Loaded, bust a hammer, hit the nail and crucify. Tie your body up in the dungeon and make your soul mine.